Hi everybody, my name is Tashana, and I'm a really good friend of your girl Karen. And she told me that you guys had a big girl tag that she actually started one a few months ago. And she asked me, she said, well, she thought it would be a good idea for me to, participate. And I was like, okay, that's a great idea. I'm a little nervous because this is the first time that I've ever put anything on YouTube, in particular, especially my face. So I hope, we'll see, I hope this goes well, and I hope you guys can see me and you can hear me and that the lighting is good and all that, so we'll see. Anyway, so like I said, my name is Tashana, and as you can clearly see, I am most definitely a very luscious woman. So here are the 7 questions that are part of the Big Girl Tag that I'm going to answer today. So I'll start with number 1. What do you classify yourself as? And I classify myself as, sometimes I'll say I'm heavy, I'll say I'm overweight, I'll say I'm fat, I'll say I'm plus size. It just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. Like everybody has a different feel for their day. Like some days there are days when I just don't feel really attractive. And so sometimes I might refer to myself as heavy on those days. I don't know, it's just different on different days. Some days I feel overweight, some days I feel fat, and some days I feel plus size, and I'll be okay with all of those on some days, and some days I won't be okay with any of them, and it'll be the same language, so go figure, I don't know. My body shape. I think the thing that probably is closest to my body shape that I can describe is sort of like an hourglass. I tend to have a pretty small waist no matter what size I am. I've never been a small person, ever. Ever. I remember being 12 and being 180 pounds, and I've had the same shape. So when I gain weight evenly all throughout my body, and where my waist is smaller, I'm bottom heavy, I have a big butt, and so that's always there. The one thing that's changed over the years is that my breasts have gotten larger, so that's the one thing that's kind of gotten larger and larger, and it kind of accentuates a little bit the situation that I'm talking about in terms of an hourglass shape. Number 3, are you comfortable, happy at your current size? What is your positive as a plus size person? So am I comfortable? At this point in time, I'm not necessarily comfortable. And it has a lot to do with just how I fit into my clothes. It has a lot to do with just feeling like I'm carrying around this extra weight, so every step that I take is, I feel like, when I lift my leg and I put it down sometimes, I feel like I'm being planted into the ground because I am heavier. Right? And luckily for me, I carry the weight well, but I know that it doesn't feel good. I've had experiences where my ankles have swollen. I recently lost 20 pounds, and that's a great thing because now I don't have that experience of my ankles swelling, although sometimes I do experience foot pain. So, all those things that go along with being a heavier person is not something that, those are the things that make me unhappy about being this particular size. Now, if I could be this size and be toned, I think I'd be good, right? And also be healthy and feel good, I wouldn't have a problem, but that's not how I feel, so I do have that problem. Positive, as a plus-size person, I've learned that no matter what size I am, I can be really attractive. Again, I've never been a small person. The smallest person that I've been in my adult life is a size 14, and that's not a small person by any stretch of the imagination. But what I recognize is that no matter what, I am still who I am. I am a great person no matter what size I am, and I'm attractive no matter what size I am, right? Because that has to do with what's up here. It has less to do with the rest of you. It has to start there first, I should say. Other positives about being a plus-size person. I love being a person of weight and stature. When I walk into a room, you can't ignore the fact that I walked into the room just simply by my size alone. You can't ignore the fact that I've walked into a room. And in addition to that, I probably have, regardless of what kind of relationship that I've been in with people, or let's just say, relationships with like a significant other. I most definitely have not been in a situation where someone has thought that they could take advantage of me, because it makes them say having size most definitely makes them think twice. I'm also very powerful, which is also great. So you have size and power, so it makes people think twice about, you know, what they think they can do or not. Let's see. Oh, would you like to lose weight, and if so, how much? So sure, of course I'd like to lose weight, but it's really not about the weight. Right now I'm just on this whole other kick, and it's just my own personal journey, and part of that journey includes weight loss. It's not that that I'm like, oh, I need to lose this weight. It's more like the weight loss is going to come because I'm on this journey, right? So it's a byproduct of what I'm already doing. It's not going to be this thing that I'm obsessing with. I've done that for so long, and I've just decided that it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't make me feel good as a human being, and it doesn't make me feel like I have a lot of value to place my you know, my focus on this number, right? I have to be this number, right? Now, for all intents and purposes, based on what I'm going to be doing, for those of you who really want a number, the number is 75 or greater. That's the amount of weight that I think I probably would like to lose. It's approximately 75 pounds or better, but it just depends on wherever my body feels comfortable. I'm not going to force it to go anywhere. So if I lose 70 pounds, am I going to stress about that extra 5 pounds? Nope. You know, if I lose 80 pounds, am I going to stress that I went past 75? Nope. It is what it is, as long as it makes me healthier, and that is the bottom line. You know, I have more to live for than just myself. I have obligations, and I want to make sure that I'm able to meet those obligations, and that means that I need to be healthier to do that, and weight loss is part of that. Negatives, being a plus-size person. One is kind of a serious negative, and that is that people make snap judgments about you. They assume that because you are overweight, that it means that you somehow are, you're not committed to things, right? So, oh, well, they let themselves get that big, so they must not be committed to whatever. So there are all these assumptions about who you are or who people think you are. And it's just very, you know, it's just annoying. It's one of those things, it's one of those hurdles that I'd rather not have to deal with. You know, I don't assume certain things because people are skinny or thin. Right now, if someone is excessively thin, then yeah, maybe I may come to some conclusions. Just like if someone is obese, severely obese, then yeah, maybe you can come to some conclusions, right? But not necessarily. So, you know, keep that in mind for those of you who are watching this. Oh, another, okay, that's it for the negative. What is a fat thing that you do and think is funny? One of the fat things that I do and I think is funny is wear girdles. So I hate them. I hate girdles. You know, but you know, given, you know, my situation, given that I am a fat girl and that I have a little flab, I have some loose flesh. You know, sometimes that loose flesh doesn't necessarily look good in certain types of clothes, so you have to put a girdle on it. You got to put a girdle. So I think that's a really funny thing, because it's not like people don't know that you don't have loose skin. I just feel like it's just like a big secret that everybody knows and you think they don't know. So that's why I find girdles really funny. Are they necessary? It's from time to time, absolutely they're necessary. But it's one of those fat girl things that I do and I think is really, really funny. Another thing that I do, this is really funny to me, and that is that, you know, when you take a picture, this is why I hate taking self-pictures. Those self-portraits, like, you know how people, you know, they do it all the time. You put your picture on, you put the camera up, and you take pictures of yourself at certain angles and things of that sort. I am terrible at that. I have all these great pictures, and I'm like, oh, there's the double chin. So if you don't get the angle right, then the chin shows. So that's what those fat girl things. I'm always trying to angle my head so that the extra chinness doesn't show, so that I can just pretend that it's not there. I think it's one of the most annoying things about being overweight or being fat is just that it shows on your face in particular places. And I don't mind that it shows in my cheeks and whatever, but just the chin. Why? Why the chin? I hate that. So that's just one of those things. Plus size pet peeve. I don't really know. I have no idea about a plus-size pet peeve. Yeah, that one is just, maybe I'll come back to that one because I just don't really know. I mean, other than like wearing the right underclothes is the same as Karen. Like, yeah, wearing the right underclothes. Like, you know, it's in particular bras. Like, if you know that you're a large, busted woman, I hate the four boobs. You know, I mean, really. You don't see it, I see it. Do you see it? You should see it, because I see it. Right? So it's just one of those things that really drives me. I guess I do have a pet peeve. Yeah, it drives me crazy. Wear a bra that's appropriate for your breast. If you have extra boobage coming out, it is not cleavage. It is not cleavage when there's a line going across it. It's not cleavage. It's just extra boobage, and that means that you need a bigger bra. So get a damn bra that fits, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so it's just one of those things. And then also, you know, wearing the proper undergarments, bras included, right, bras and underwears or whatever it is, you know, if you have on really, really thin clothing and you have massive amounts of cellulite, guess what? Get a girdle. Get a girdle or choose not to wear those things. Please don't. Right? You know, I know that you may think that you're sexy in it, and you probably are. You probably are, but for me personally, it's just one of those things that I think that you would look a lot sexier if you had the right support. Plus size tips. Give us a plus size tip. Plus size tip is always be in control of your posture. Actually, I think that that's a really great plus size tip. You know, if you are a person that's upsized already and you're hunched down like this, it just doesn't make you look very attractive. I don't think hunching down makes anyone look attractive, but certainly when you're carrying extra weight, you most definitely cannot afford to sit that way, I think personally. You know, I do my best to sit straight, to sit with my back up. One, because I can just breathe better, but besides that, it just feels better, and you know, I don't know, I just feel like everything is more opened up, but then it looks better to me. I just noticed that this is one of the things that even when I walk, oh, that's another thing too, plus size tip. When you walk, please monitor your body, right? I mean, and I just noticed it. I don't know if anybody else notices it, but like, you know, how you place your body, how you walk. When you're walking, right, when you're walking, please, like, you know, have some structure to your walking and not just let your body just like, you know, like, linger all over the place. Now, this is, mind you, this is just, I think, a human being thing, you know, because small people do it as well. It's just like this weird thing where people just have no control over their body, just kind of let it sway all kinds of ways. Like, have some control. You have lots of muscles on your skeleton. Use them for something, right? Mainly, hold your body up and look beautiful. And that's all I have to say. So thank you if you listened. Thank you. I hope you found something helpful. Tune in, because I will be starting my own. I'll start videoing myself and putting my own self on my tube. Look, I don't even know what it's called. That's how terrible I am with these kinds of things. But I have, like I said, I have my own personal journey. And for me, it's something that I like to share with other people. And I like to kind of keep to, and that's kind of, I want to keep, I'm dedicated, I'm committed to keeping my word. And I think that if I have a community holding me accountable, then I think that I would have better outcomes. Okay, so take care and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.